bright blue sky. Your spots are like the stars in the night so high. Daisy, you're the best cow, oh my, oh my. Daisy, oh Daisy, you're the queen of the herd. Your gentle moo is all I've ever heard. With your big kind eyes and your gentle moo, Daisy, you're the best cow, yes, it's true. Running through the meadows, feeling so free. Daisy, you're the best as can be. From dawn till dusk, you're my favorite friend. Daisy, you'll be loved until the very end. Oh, Daisy, my dear cow, you're the best of all. In my heart, you stand tall. Forever you'll be my favorite, my cow so true. Daisy, I love you through and through. Daisy, you're the shining star out in the field so far, mooing sweet melodies under the bright blue sky. Your spots are like the stars in the night so high. Daisy, you're the best cow, oh my, oh my. Daisy, oh Daisy, you're the queen of the herd. Your gentle moo is all I've ever heard. With your big kind eyes and your gentle moo, Daisy, you're the best cow, yes, it's true. Running through the meadows, feeling so free. Daisy, you're the best as can be. From dawn till dusk, you're my favorite friend. Daisy, you'll be loved until the very end. Oh, Daisy, my dear cow, you're the best of all. In my heart, you stand tall. Forever you'll be my favorite, my cow so true. Daisy, I love you through and through.
Moo, moo. Isn't it true? Daisy's the best cow in the world, y'all. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm back. How's everybody doing tonight? Why is this thing so big? It's big. It's right there, y'all. It is a cute song. Thank you. I come across this new thing to make music with, so I tried it out and it came up with that song, and I said, I'm going to add that to my live stream tonight because I thought it was cute. Hello, Sleuth Fairy, Sammy, Gail, Hillbilly 29, Fonda Cheeseman, Daniel Barry, Nikita Marie, Sammy. Let's see who else we got in here. Gail, Coupon Mama, Fonda Cheeseman, Memphis Mama, BJ Gaines, Tams. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a member of the Critters Crime family. Even though I've not been on in a little while. Thank you, darling. Hello, Laura Jean. Y'all come on in. Come on in. And thank you for your membership. God bless you. Y'all, like I said, I came back tonight to talk about true crime. And I don't know if you all have heard the devastating news of the the details behind Monkey Vaughn. What happened to him, but it is so sad. But obviously, I listened to it, and I don't think that that's everything that happened. What they're saying had happened to him. Yvonne said, "Hello, Miss Daisy in chat." Unfortunately, have any of you all heard the what was that called? Where they what they like the charges that the things that Stacy Wanderer had said. Has any of y'all heard about what they said happened to Monkey? Anybody in here? Um, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So it was a what do you call that? That they got a hold of the paperwork um for Monkey Vaughn, and Hello God is Love, and they went over it. Several creators had went over it, and Brandy even um said it was okay for people to go over it and talk about it. But according to what Stacy Wanderer told the police, um, which I do not believe, I don't believe it. I think there was more to it. I'm going to put a little trigger warning up because it is kind of sad. According to Stacy Wanderer, Sarah, his wife, had found Monkey and brought him in the house, according to the what is that thing called? I forget anyway. And she brought him into the home and took him, and all four of them were home. Oh, thank you, 29. Thank you for being a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, for those of you who haven't heard, I'm going to put a trigger warning out because it is sad, but I do not think that it's the full truth. And it's very, 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 very sad. And I wanted to talk about it tonight. Thank you, Hillbilly29. Hello, my three sons. Hello, Rhonda. Affidavit. I don't know if it's an affidavit, it's something else. But yeah, Brandy and Tyler has heard it. But according to Hello Rocker Girl, the affidavit or the whatever it is, Stacy Wanderer said that Sarah brought Monkey in, that she had took him, and then they were all four there, and so she wanted to hide him, so they taped his mouth up. Let me put a trigger warning here. They put duct tape over his face and stuffed him into a duffel bag. You know, we had the same thing happen with Harmony Montgomery. Buddy, we're going to have to start watching these duffel bags people are packing in and out. And I guess Stacy Wanderer said that he got sick because he heard Monkey wiggling around and crying in the bag. And I guess he was uh I can show you the affidavit if y'all want me to. I mean, parts of what it said, but I don't want to go over anybody else's stuff, but this is what I've heard. And so they took Monkey, they put him in the back of the trunk or the truck. I thought they said it was a truck. It was like 100 degrees that day. And they drove over an hour to Brandon's mom's house. Midway, they stopped, and Brandon or the other one, Adrian, got out of the car and went back there to see if Monkey was still alive, and they could still hear him kind of moaning and crying. He was terrified, you all. And so by the time they got to Brandon's house, Monkey was not moving and he was not making any noise. And Brandon got him out of the back of the either trunk or the truck. I'm thinking it was the truck, and took him in the house into a spare bedroom. And they didn't say whether he got him out or anything, but they left him there. He put him in there and left him in the duffel bag. Then they took off and came back home. The next day, Sarah and Brandon and Adrian, all three took off back to Brandon's house and brought Monkey's body back. And according to Stacy, all three of them buried him in the backyard in a plastic bag. Now, although there might be some of this that is true, there's a lot of it that does not make sense. And I think that the more that they because basically Stacy throwed them all under the bus, right? But we all know that Stacy was seen at the splash pad that day, and Monkey was seen going to the splash pad, and they did search the yard, and they found evidence in that yard that he had been there but moved. So I think they may actually have biological evidence of him being there in that backyard, and the cadaver is picked up in Brandon's mom's backyard. So I don't know if the family had anything to do with it, if the mother knew that Monkey had been there, but Monkey was supposedly taken to Brandon's house and left. This is the part where I don't believe the whole story. Why would Sarah take Monkey just to stuff him in a duffel bag and take him across state lines into another state just to leave him and let him die? I don't believe that. I believe there was a reason and there was a purpose for their, you heard it was biological evidence. I believe that the reason and the purpose is not what we want. But I do think that they were strongly into trafficking. And I believe either one of them or all of them had done something to Monkey, or they took him and trafficked him and he was unalive that way. But why would Stacy just want to take a child just to stuff him, or Sarah, just to put him in a duffel bag and let him die? They obviously wanted to let him die because they knew if they put him back there, he couldn't breathe. They knew that he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I think they were going to sell him, or they sold him. I don't believe he died like that. I believe that's why they hid the body, because they were afraid that the police was going to find out what really happened to that baby. I don't believe it. I think there's more to it. They knew he was going to suffocate. Absolutely. There's no way. Why would she stuff him in a bag? Like, why would you do that? If you're going to hide a child, you're going to make sure that I just feel like there was something happened. I believe something happened other than just that. There was a reason. I don't believe Sarah's the one who took him. I believe Stacy found him at the splash pad alone. Hey, Rita R. Hello. How are you? Rita, I sent your package. You should be getting it any day. But anyways, it is horrible, y'all. To listen to that is absolutely horrible. But I don't believe it all. I just don't. I think there's a lot more to it than what they're saying. I believe that there was trafficking involved, and I think that once they start putting pressure on the rest of them, the whole story, somebody's going to squeal. Somebody's going to tell the real story. Okay. All right, Rita. You should get it probably tomorrow, Rita, because I shipped it out on Monday. So you should get it. But anyway, so that's what they got so far, what Stacy told them. Now, this is Stacy's side of the story and what he redacted. Remember, he said that it wasn't true, that he lied about it, Well, if you watch the interrogation where he told him exactly where Monkey was. He told him everything. I find it strange that no one else at the splash pad didn't see anyone taking Monkey away from the splash pad. Well, there could have not been nobody there but Stacy Wandra. One of the suspects, I forgot his name, a black male, Adrian, was said to be in trafficking. Yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that Monkey was trafficked. I mean, I don't believe the whole Sarah took him, then throwed him in the back of a duffel bag. I don't believe that. Why would you go through all of that, risk your life, going to jail, to just take a child and unalive him like that? Just throw him in a bag and unalive him. There was a money purpose. Those people were out on the hunt for money. And I guarantee you, Monkey was not their first victim. I think that they were taking children. An accident. Are they saying that? No, no. The affidavit, Rita R. I don't know if you've heard it yet. That's come out. What Stacy Wandra said happened to Monkey. According to him and what he told the police, that Sarah came in with Monkey that day, that she had took him and she carried him in the living room or somewhere, and she put duct tape over his mouth, and then they placed him in a duffel bag, and that Stacy throwed up because he was hearing him wiggle and all that and screaming and crying, and that they took him in the duffel bag and threw him in the back of either the trunk or the truck in 100-degree weather and drove over an hour to Brandon's house, but they stopped midway and Monkey was still alive. But by the time they got to Brandon's house, he wasn't there, or Monkey wasn't making any sound or moving. And that Brandon took the duffel bag and tossed it in a room and left it overnight. And then the next day, you haven't seen that? Yeah, that's the new thing that's come out about it. The next day, Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian went back to get Monkey's body and bring him back to the house to bury it. But remember, Brandy came in that time in my chat and said that the cadaver dogs had picked up a scent at Brandon's mom's house. Well, that's why, because Monkey was at Brandon's mom's house, and Monkey was deceased because it was a cadaver dog. So I don't know. I don't believe the whole story what Stacy's saying, because for one, why would he just throw up about taking a baby and putting him in a duffel bag? No, there's something more that went on, and I believe, why would they take him just to kill him? That doesn't make sense. Hello, Kathy S. Hello, Laura P. I mean, that don't make sense at all. Why they would take a child just to unalive them. Um, and it's really sad, but I really don't believe that that's everything that happened. I think Stacy's the one who actually took him, and I think, yeah, Brandy and all of them is the one that actually had the information before anybody else, and they gave it to another creator and told them that they could talk about it. So that's why I'm talking about it, because I heard it on another creator's thing. They read the actual affidavit. Uh, no, it's not the whole story. It's just Stacy's side of the story. So we don't know what Sarah said. We don't know what Brandon said. We don't know what Adrian said. But I do think all of them's in custody, but Adrian. But according to Stacy, Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian went back to Brandon's house, got Monkey in the duffel bag, brought him back, and buried him. And he had no part of it. But I don't believe it. I do believe that they took him for a reason of making money off of him. Why else would they take a child? You know what I mean? But according to them, Monkey suffocated in the back of the truck in a duffel bag. So, yeah, it's very, very sad, but I don't think that's what happened, y'all. I don't believe that Sarah just up and brought the baby in there and then stuffed him in a duffel bag, taped his mouth shut, and left him in 100-degree in the back of a vehicle. They knew he would die. They knew he would die. Why would they take him just to kill him? Something else happened. I believe that with all my heart. Maybe he ran out in the street, got hit by a car. According to Stacy, that's not what happened, because Monkey was fighting to get out of that. According to Stacy, Monkey was fighting to get out of that duffel bag, and he was crying. I don't believe it though. Yeah, and also Stacy admitted to having the tricycle. It was a tricycle, I think, or a bicycle. It was some kind of bicycle or tricycle that Monkey was riding that day. And Stacy actually had admitted to having it there underneath their garage thing. And then they hang on just a second. Let me see if I can find it and you all can listen to it. I think it's not affidavit, it's something else. It's something to do with what Stacy said. Hang on just a second and I'll see if I can find it. It's something to do with what Stacy said about it. I actually shared it. Let me see. I can find it on here and I'll bring it up, but I got to do a copyright thing to keep from getting a copyright. Here it is. Affidavit bombshell. Yes, that's what it is. So hang on. Let me get her thing before I bring it up. And here is the name of the channel. And let me bring it up and I'll play parts of it so you all can hear it. Okay. Of course, it's got Justin in it but this isn't the girl that actually had done it. So let's go back here. We'll start here.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for it.
Hang on. I'm gonna
Okay, here we go. By the way, these videos that you can always share them here on. I have videos of Michael Vaughn on with the songs on this channel and my Justin for All channel. You can use them. They're not copywritten. They're not monetized. You're welcome to share them, use them in any way, shape, or form.
It's another girl.
Back in 3 minutes. It's Brandy Gonzalez.
Okay, so I have to go back a little bit more before we get to that. Okay, here we go.
You know, conspiracy theory that something happened that didn't. This is what it is.
And Brandy herself asked us to do this live. She sent me a message today and told me she was getting hold of all of her family members and letting them know that this information was now out there and that we were also going to be covering it. So just want to make that clear one more time. I did say it at the beginning of the live, but Brandy knows, her family knows, and she is trusting us to do this.
She knew things were becoming public soon as well. Gotta remember, not only is Brandy dealing with unimaginable, the last 4.5 years, she just had a liver transplant on top of that.
And her health came into question last.
A duffel bag in the bed of, conspiracy theory that something happened that didn't. Conspiracy theory that something happened that didn't. This is what it is.
And Brandy herself asked us to do this live. She sent me a message today and told me she was getting hold of all of her family members and letting them know that this information was now out there and that we were also going to be covering it. So just want to make that clear one more time. I did say it at the beginning of the live, but Brandy knows, her family knows, and she is trusting us to do this.
She knew things were becoming public soon as well. Gotta remember, not only is Brandy dealing with unimaginable, the last 4.5 years, she just.
Hang on, I'm going to go up just a little bit more because he's. Okay, here we go.
A duffel bag in the bed of the truck. Stacy said he was able to hear Michael making noises like. Hold on.
It's okay. So Brandon, up on my panel, when I spoke with him, it was the first time we had heard Brandon put himself outside of the truck. He said he went to the back of the truck to get the power steering fluid to help Stacy put in the power steering fluid. I hear this information last night and I can't sleep because I spoke with Brandon many, many, many times. And as he's telling me that he checked the back to get the power steering fluid, he was in all actuality checking to see if Michael was alive, if Michael was okay. In the bed of the truck on a day that's over 100 degrees outside.
Yeah. This one's the hardest part for me. This is probably the hardest sentence for me. So,
where are you at, Justin? Do you want me to read it?
Said she was able to hear Michael making noise, like a doll scream, quote, doll scream, end quote. Stacy said they were worried about being seen because they saw a car parked off the south of Arizona. I don't know how fucking monsters like this even.
I have an idea, Justin. Do you have any videos that we can play for of Michael pictures. Like, let's just
Okay.
look at his beautiful face. Let's just take a moment to
Look.
breathe. Give everybody.
That's the part where they're talking about Michael. So they're going to go past this. They're going to play a video about Monkey and Michael. Okay. And then we're going to get to the part that's not good. So copyright or trigger warning. All right, here we go, y'all.
From other things that are said, but that is part of the worst part.
It's
Or-
definitely not all. Okay. Yeah, guys, don't name any other creators, okay? Just please, mods, if you see any other people in chat naming creators, immediately delete, immediately. If you don't mind. Okay. Stacy said that they drove. Is Benny Keys, are you still in here? Stacy said they drove straight to Brandon's mother's house in Kuna, Idaho, where Brandon grabbed both bags, the duffel bag containing Michael and a backpack, and went into the house by himself. Stacy said that once they arrived in Kuna, Michael was not making any more noises, and none of them had checked on Michael to verify he was still alive. Stacy said that Brandon told him he left Michael in the bag and put him in the spare room inside his mother's house. So they just threw him in a bag, duct taped his mouth, threw him in the back of a truck, drove an hour or so in about 110-degree heat, and carry his little body in a duffel bag and throw him in a room, not even checking on him.
And don't forget, also where K9's hit was at Tina Mariel's house.
So, yes. So this is some of the stuff that they're talking about, but I don't believe it. Because why would they take that baby just to unalive him? They knew that he would not live if they put him in that heat out there in the back of that. According to Stacy, they cruelly let this baby die. But I believe there was other intentions, and I believe there were other things that happened to Monkey before all this happened. They didn't just take him and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna just unalive him." No, they didn't. They had intentions. Oh, thank you, Rita R. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Let's see who got the memberships, y'all. Hang on just a second. I don't know if I can pull it up or not. Thank you, Rita R. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Live stream. Well, I had it there. Let me see if I can pull it up and see who got the memberships. If it'll let me. Well, it won't let me. Thank you. Thank you, Rita R. And God bless you for that. I can't see who got them, but thank you so much. All right, here we go, y'all. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Here's some more that they're talking about.
Say that again. Oh, when you say Tina, say Tina, if you don't mind.
Yes, Tina Mariel being Brandon's mom's house. The dogs did hit at her house also.
Yes, because Michael was there.
And was unalive at the time at her house.
Correct.
He could have, what I think is when they brought Monkey to that house, even though he was not moving and stuff, I think he may have still been alive, maybe further passed away in the house. I don't know. I don't believe the story. Remember, y'all, this is the story that Stacy Wanda is telling the police. So he's not going to give himself he's not incriminating himself at all. I'm going to read here. Stacy provided 2 reasons they stopped in the GMC at the corner of the Southwest H Street in South Arizona and Fruitland. 1, Stacy put power steering fluid in the vehicle, and 2, so Brandon could check to see if Monkey was still alive, because Monkey was bound with duct tape and stuffed into a duffel bag. Stuffed into a duffel bag in the bed of the truck. It was in the bed of the truck. Stacy said he was unable to hear Monkey making noise. Was able to hear Monkey making noises like a dull scream. Stacy said they were worried about being seen because they saw a car parked off South Arizona. Stacy said they drove straight to Brandon's mother's house in Kuna, Idaho, where Brandon grabbed both bags, the duffel containing Michael and the backpack, and went into the house by himself. Stacy said that once they arrived in Kuna, Michael was not making any more noises and none of them had checked on him to verify if he was still alive. Stacy said that Brandon told him he left Michael in the bag and put him in a spare room inside his mother's house. They then towed Brandon's car back to Fruitland. Stacy said that Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian went to Kuna the next day to get Michael. 3 of them brought Michael's body back to their house in Fruitland. He stated that he was inside. Brandon was on guard, and Sarah and Adrian dug a hole together. That is sad, but I don't think that's the whole story. I really don't. I don't think that's the whole story. Here we go. Peppa said, "Hey, Miss Daisy and chat. It's been a while. I took a long break from YouTube. Take care of my mom." Oh, well, I hope your mom's doing okay, Peppa. Y'all, this is so sad. Let's go back to the last part that they said. I want to see the part where they were talking about tape. All right, let me go back just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, on November 10th, I want to read you all this. This is what the affidavit says. I want to read it to y'all. On November 10th, 2022, Stacy again asked to speak with Fruitland police detective. Stacy wanted a deal. The same offer that was given to Sarah in the Michael Vaughn kidnapping. Stacy admitted Michael had been in his house the night of his abduction. Stacy admitted the tricycle had been in his garage where Kim Eco had previously described seeing it. Stacy then said that when he first saw Michael, Sarah was carrying him into their home. Stacy said Michael was put into a duffel bag to transport him out of their house into Brandon's house in Kuna. Stacy said Sarah was frantic trying to figure out what to do, and Brandon interjected, "I have a duffel bag." Stacy described Michael crying, and to prevent him from moving or making noise, Stacy described how Sarah taped Michael's mouth using duct tape. When asked who put Michael in the bag, Stacy said Brandon grabbed the bag and gave it to Sarah. Sarah picked Michael up as Adrian helped hold the sides of the bag open and then shoved Michael into the duffel bag. Stacy described Michael was wiggling and trying to get away. Stacy said he could see Michael in the bag with his knees bent up in a fetal position. While describing and demonstrating how Michael was taped and stuffed in the duffel bag in the living room, Stacy had physical reaction and began vomiting. Okay. And so Stacy began vomiting by telling the police this. When asked if he was vomiting because of chewing tobacco he was using, he indicated he was throwing up because of the stress of talking about Michael. So that was the first part of it, y'all. Yeah, he was going to be the snitch. Yeah. I don't believe this story at all. I don't believe that's the whole thing. What did he tell the police of how she got him and when she got him? And why was she in such a hurry to get rid of him? What had happened to him? I don't believe this whole story. I believe that Stacy is trying to get out of it. I think Stacy took Michael. I really do. I think Stacy took Michael. And I think more than just that happened to him. I don't know that may have actually been the end result that caused him to die, but what happened to Michael to make them want to get rid of him. I don't believe that Sarah just grabbed him off the streets and took him and put him in a duffel bag and then unalived him, knowing that if he was in the back of that truck in 100-degree weather with duct tape in over his mouth and in a bag where he couldn't breathe, that he's going to pass away. This is just like Harmony Montgomery's case in a way when it comes to the duffel bag thing. We don't know if Harmony was alive or not in the duffel bag, but y'all, we're going to have to start paying it. People are going to have to start paying attention to duffel bags because these are 2 5-year-old children that was concealed in duffel bags. And people had no idea that there was children in these bags. This is awful, y'all. This is sad and awful. I don't know. You think that, do you all think that Stacy's just telling part of the story? Or do you think that more went on? I think more went on. I think they took Monkey, and I think this is just my thoughts and my opinion. I think that Stacy was the one that took Monkey. I think he either done something to Monkey and hurt him badly, or one of the other ones did, or I think that they trafficked him, and I think that to get rid of him, they knew they had to get rid of him. They put him in the back of the truck. I don't know if that's even the way he passed away. Until there's a body found, I don't think that we'll ever know. So Stacy didn't tell the police where Michael was at. No. He told them that Michael was buried in the backyard. He described where to them. If you watch the interrogation, he described where Monkey was and where to dig. But when they dug back there, there was evidence that Monkey had been there, but they dug him back up. And I think Brandon may have dug him up and took him to his house. Harmony could not have been alive in the bag as they described what they did in order for her to fit in it. No, I'm talking about the first bag, 120 acres. When Harmony first passed away, when he jumped out of the car and tried to wake Harmony up, they put her in a Nike duffel bag. They thought she was gone. She had been moaning, she stopped moaning. She was probably on her way out, but they actually stuffed her little body in a Nike duffel bag first. So the other bag, the tote bag, is where they dismembered Harmony. But she fit in a duffel bag, the Nike duffel bag. Remember they said that? They got scared and threw her in a duffel bag at the stop. They broke down at the red light, right? And he went to wake her up and she wouldn't wake up. So he got a Nike duffel bag, put her in it, and shoved her in the back of the trunk. And then they went to the apartment complex, and he took the duffel bag and put it behind the garbage dumpster in a pile of snow. So she, at first, yeah, it's okay. So at first, those duffel bags can fit like a 5-year-old child in them. So in any case like that, man, and just like Justin and this girl was saying, why didn't they monitor who went in and out of that place? Because they brought, like the next day, Brandy said that there were helicopters and stuff. You remember she said that she had passed out when she heard the helicopters. Well, according to Stacy, Michael was already deceased. But they went back the next day and brought his body back. Okay. If the police would have been monitoring that place in and out, they would have found that baby in the vehicle with them when they were bringing him back. I think I got Brandon's last name wrong too. I think it's Brandon Sherfy. Is it Brandon Sherfy? I don't remember. They don't deserve to live. I hope they get life in prison. I hope they squeal on each other. One of them's going to squeal and tell the truth. And it's the one that didn't unalive The one who actually did the unaliving, if it did go the way it was supposed to, they all unalived Michael. Not just one, all of them together. When they shirt lift, something like that. Loosen? Is that? I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. I thought it was Sherfy. Sherfin or something. I'm not sure. But if they all, if Michael really did pass away that way, which I don't think he did, I think Stacy just made that shit up. I think that all of them should be charged with murder because they all put him in the back of that truck. They all knew he was back there. They all knew that he was suffocating and they let him die. Just like I think Harmony Montgomery's mother or stepmom should have got life in prison, but because she told on him, she didn't get life in prison because she told on him and let him know what really happened. So, but I think she was just as freaking guilty as Harmony's dad was. Andrea Lucen, Brandon Shirtlift. Thank you. So yeah, it's sad, y'all. And I just don't believe that's the whole story. I really don't believe that's the whole story of what happened to Monkey. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe that was how he initially passed away, but I do think something else happened before he passed away. Do you, put a 1 in the chat if you think that's the whole story. Put a 2 if you think there's more to it and that Stacy was the actual unaliver or the actual kidnapper. I think Stacy was the actual kidnapper because remember they seen him at that park that day. He was the only one seen. Put a 2 in there. Okay. Yeah, he was the only one seen at that park that day. Amen. That stepmom should have been charged just like that excuse of a dad. Yeah. And do you know that Harmony's mom, who I think is just as well, not, I wouldn't say is guilty of killing her, but neglecting her, sued the social services and won the case. I don't know how much money she got off of Harmony's death, but it's sad because all of them failed. Social services, mom, dad, stepmom, all of them failed her. But guess who didn't fail her? God. God took her home. He took her home. Andrew claims that he didn't have anything to do with Michael and that they were lying on him. Yeah, but they said he was hiding in the closet when they found him. They found him hiding in the closet. Why would he be hiding in a closet if he didn't have nothing to do with it? But why did they not see Michael if they seen Stacy? Well, the cameras had seen Stacy in that area, so I don't know exactly how the cameras were facing. Maybe a certain part of that had seen Stacy stop there, but they knew. Why do this to little Michael? That's what I'm saying, Peppa. There was a reason why they stole that baby, and it wasn't just to kill him. I think there was more. Hey, Ryan the Gamer. Happy Veterans Day to you. That excuse of a mother shouldn't have got 1 red cent. I agree. I believe God takes these children out of their bodies when the evil goes on. I do too. Well, we all know, Yanni said that she used to go, a lot of children that had things happen to them, it's like they leave, that I believe God takes their mind out of that situation, which a lot of kids are drugged up so they don't really remember. Like Yanni said, they used to drug her up. So, because he was in on it, cowards hide. Yeah, they were all in on it. And I hope every one of them goes to jail. And Brandon was one of the main ones. According to Stacy, Brandon was. But I'm curious to see what Sarah Brandon and Adrian said, but they're all involved. Every one of them are. Every one of them knew that mother and that father was grieving after their child, and people were up and down the road searching for that baby while they put that baby in the backyard and just it's horrible, y'all. But Michael was also reported seen in the neighborhood going to people's houses and not on any cameras then either. He was going to people's houses, and according to what that girl had said on there, I didn't hear it from Brandy. Brandy said that people had caught him on their cameras and he was knocking on their doors. But according to that one woman, a lot of people were like telling Michael to go back home. So I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yes, she is very strong. Very, very, very strong. Daisy, who else got arrested besides Stacy for unaliving Michael? So far, he is the only one charged with the unaliving of Michael. I don't know if they have charges on Sarah yet. I'm not sure. But I think there's more going on. I think somebody squealed on him, and that's why they got him charged. And I'm curious to see what the other story is, because I'm not buying his story. I'm not buying it at all. How awful. I don't know how Stacy's wife could have gone along with it. Unbelievable. Well, she was involved. But there was a lot of menage a trois going on. Like Stacy was letting her have sex with Brandon and everything. He was letting them all just have open relations with her. I mean, there was a lot of sickos. There were a lot of sickos. I heard that Stacy brought strangers in off the streets to watch them. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Yeah. Yeah. So if they were doing that, imagine, imagine. The devil gets in these people's minds that don't want to work, and the idle mind is a dangerous thing and gets in their mind, and it takes over. They're desperate for money. And Sarah says God talks to her. Yeah, they were also talking about in that affidavit where she said that God has forgiven her for doing like one of the worst sins, like killing people. Like she was acting erotic after all that. So I'm not sure. I think all of them did more than what they are saying to this baby alone. Me too, Hillbilly 29. That's why I wanted to talk about this without. I just don't want to, like, I don't want Michael's mom to be listening and stuff because she's already been through enough. You know what I mean? I don't want her thinking that. I know it's already bad enough to think about that, but I do think there's more to this story than what they're saying. I believe most of it is true, what Stacy is saying, but leaving out parts of what truly happened to Michael. I agree. I agree with you, Gail, 100%. And it's sad. And that goes for Summer's case as well. I think I think that when we do find out, if we ever find out what happened to Summer, I think it's going to be more horrific than what we can even imagine with her as well. Um, Only God knows what happened to this child. And he's leaving out what his part is. Exactly, Rita. 100%. I believe that he is leaving out what his part is. And when we find out, it's going to be sad because I do believe there's going to be trafficking involved. I think there's trafficking in a lot of these cases. There's too much evil surrounding Summer's case. Right. I agree 100% with you, Sleuthy. That's why I don't talk about it much because, I mean, look at everything that has happened. You know, I believe it is very dangerous on Summer's case. Yes, yes. I don't know if she was trafficked, but there is a good chance that she could have been taken and trafficked. I don't know. I know there was a lot of shady people and there's a lot of shady things that goes on up there in Kingsport. And I do think that there is a trafficking ring up there somewhere in Kingsport. because look at that those other two girls that went disappearing, the two young girls that still haven't been found, Layla Santinelli and the other girl. I believe it is very dangerous as on Summer's case. Allegedly, Sarah and Stacy made a pact not to testify against each other. Well, when one faces criminal charges, uh, I pay pig. I don't know. Brandy was at work that day. Brandy was at work. She was working when she. I've not ever heard that about Brandy. I've not heard that she was on anything like that. Yeah, that's not true. I don't like she was at work, and I think she actually did work in a healthcare facility. So, no, she was actually at work when Monkey went missing that day. So, yeah, it was them. The police says it's them. In the affidavit, the police believe that says in the affidavit that Monkey's mom and dad is very innocent in this, and that they believe that they had nothing to do with it. So I don't believe that for a minute that anything like that. Has she been through hell? Absolutely. Would she be stable? No, no person's stable after going through something like that. Like that is a mother's worst nightmare. That is a mother's absolute worst nightmare. Something like that happens to your child. Monsters down the street, it's your child. Daisy, right? Daisy Brandy was at work when she got the call from her husband. Yeah, I was one of the first channels that Brandy actually came on. That's why I know so much about this case because she actually came. Her, Tyler, and the oldest daughter was on my panel. She'd been on my panel. Remember, Christine made the video that made us all cry, and I cried all weekend over it and stuff. The video that Christine made about Brandy and Monkey and Tyler and all of them. And I cried. I'm going to show you all that video that Christine made. She spent a lot of time. She spent a lot of time, God rest her soul, on that video that she made. It's quite a long video, but I'm going to show you some parts of that video that made me cry. And it was about Brandy and Monkey. And I mean, we Monkey was all of our hearts at first. We actually, like I said, one of the first channels that she was on was my channel. And so Monkey has been with us for a long time. Lord, Christine, you got so many videos. I ain't even started to watch the videos that she has made. I can't watch them. They're sad. What she went through, y'all. But this video she made for Brandy was absolutely beautiful. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if she still has it on there. The one she made for Monkey. Hang on. She made it for Brandy. She made a lot for Summer, but this one was specifically for Brandy. Hang on just a second. If I can find it. Christine was very talented, y'all. She was a darn sleuth, buddy. There's no way around it. She was a sleuth. Mom, Brandy Neal had a message to keep sharing. Let me see if I can find that one that she made for Brandy. She's got a lot of Summer Wells on here. Let me see. A Bigfoot video. When did she make a Bigfoot video? Christina. Hang on, y'all. God, she's got a lot of Summer Wells on here. Amanda. Happy birthday, Daisy. Oh, here it is, y'all. All right. This is Christina's work, y'all. So, trigger warning. This is, hey, Yanni. Hello, hello. Trigger warning. This is going to make y'all cry. Okay. This is Christine's video to Brandy. Trigger warning because you're going to cry. Hang on. Look how beautiful.
I like looking at the moon. Oh, you're getting a picture of the moon?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're getting a video of the moon?
That's Monkey talking.
All right.
Oh,
Time for bed now.
But I still want to look at some stars. How about if we do a line of a pattern with the stars and maybe we can shape something? What is that called?
This is Monkey, you all.
Astrology.
Astrology, right. So let's do astrology.
You are silly. Silly.
When the cameras are off, we will shut our phones off, and you guys are at home. How does it affect you guys?
It hurts. You know what? I have 2 teenagers, and about a week ago, my oldest had a friend over, and they were 2, they're 15, and someone sitting there lying and bashing our family. And I've never heard my daughter cry so hard.
Oh my God.
She was on her hands and knees screaming for her brother and screaming because people are cruel and they hear things at school that parents say, because everybody has their opinion, and that's fine. But we're human. We're people. We have a family. We miss our son. I will never not be able to hear those sobs and cries for the rest of my life. I will hear them in my head for the rest of my life. Just the same as the night when Michael went missing and it was 4 a.m. and I told her that she really needed to get some sleep. And she just cried and cried and cried. They need to realize that.
And she's precious. Remember you had her on here and she's so sweet and she just loves her mommy.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stay positive, and we're going to protect our children. We're going to find better ways. We're going to change things, because this is
absolutely,
that's what we're going to do. And I think there are a lot of people that have good hearts and good intentions to do those things. So we'll just be louder than the negative noise, and that's
absolutely. Well, you've always got a voice here for Monkey. We're always going to be his voice over here.
Blue and red are his favorite colors, mostly blue. He loves monster trucks. Gravedigger is his favorite monster truck. He loves Spider-Man, Batman. He loves race cars. He loves cars. Mm-hmm. He loves trucks. Anything that goes. He loves pepperoni pizza, macaroni and cheese, and it has to be the Velveeta kind. It can't be the Kraft macaroni and cheese. You're kind of picky about that one. Mm-hmm. He loves Otter Pops, the Otter Pop popsicles. He could eat a whole box if I let him. And zebra cakes, the little Debbie Hostess zebra cakes. They come 2 in a pack. Oh, and ding dongs. Mm-hmm. Loves ding dongs.
Oh yeah.
Strawberry jelly, no seeds, peanut butter. Sometimes he just eats like straight bread. Just I'm like, do you want toast or? He loves being outside. He loves going camping. we like to gold prospect and go rock hounding. We did get to do one camping trip in the end of May. And he got to play soccer with Dad, and we found lots of cool rocks. I've been waiting for it to warm up to finish tumbling them. I get them all polished up. He loves panning for gold. He's a fish in water. He is a swimmer. He does know how to swim, yes.
Oh, that's great.
So
Like you, I think he looks just like you.
He does.
he has the bluest eyes. You know what's funny is when he was born, he had black hair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And it,
He had black hair, and it fell out, and it turned towhead blonde.
oh my God.
Buggy's got the strawberry blonde. Monkey has strawberry blonde probably when he was about 2, I want to say. But he's always been super, super blonde. So
Oh.
That's what I thought. We met your daughter, your
Yeah.
oldest daughter. She's the sweetest. Oh, she's so sweet.
it's really hard for my oldest son because Monkey and him look very similar. They do look very similar. I mean, you can tell, like, as my oldest son's gotten older, he looks like his dad for sure. But when they were younger, because Tyler and I have been together almost 8 years now. Jesus. Yeah, a while. So we've been a blended family for a long time.
Like, if you want to say something to somebody that may possibly have Monkey about bringing him home, I know you've said it before, but if they're out there maybe listening,
Please let him come home. He's he didn't get to start kindergarten. He should have, he didn't get to be with his family for Christmas. He hasn't, he was so excited for Buggy's birthday. He could not wait for her to turn 2. Please just let him go. Let him come home. It's not fair. It's not fair that you thought you had the right to take our baby and rip our family apart. He needs us and we need him. So please, if you are listening, please let our baby come home. I'll forgive you. I will find it in my heart as long as he's home. I will forgive you. Just let him come home.
I do not want to give if I any of those. Did you catch that video of me?
I did.
Short one minute.
Daddy, what?
Don't touch nothing else with that hand. You can only touch with this hand, okay?
Okay. Can you touch one?
Touch the pan. Can you feel how hot that is? Stay back in the stove.
hey,
It doesn't feel
darling,
hot.
y'all get ready. You're gonna start crying. This is sad, y'all.
Hey, stay back.
Real homemade cookies. We made real
We
homemade.
made real homemade cookies.
Can you touch them?
Don't touch with the other hand.
Aww. If I could grab one.
Not with that. You gotta let them rest.
Aww, I gotta let the cookies rest.
Yeah, 'cause it's hot.
Mm.
You got 2 left. You ta-da-da. Look, I made real cookies. Trying to do everything I can to make sure. My goal is I want everybody in the world to see his face. I want everybody to know about him.
He hasn't been found in the water. He hasn't been found in any fields. He hasn't been found by helicopter.
You can support Michael. If you find a blue light, put it up, please.
A
His
blue light.
favorite color.
Front porch light. Okay. I can't imagine what you're going through. So, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm professional.
It's not unprofessional to have emotions, ma'am. I promise you.
When you're a reporter, you're taught to just stuff that down. You don't do that.
I didn't do that for a long time. Look where I am now.
Thank you. What a sweet child. What a sweet girl. So when you woke up the next day,
I didn't.
and you didn't wake up.
I didn't
The
sleep.
next- You didn't sleep. When the next day came,
Yeah.
and you still didn't have your Michael, what were you feeling?
Despair, sadness. And my heart was broken. It's still broken. Fear. Pure fear. I actually, Tyler had to pick me up. I collapsed when the helicopter flew over. Because it was a nightmare. Like, this can't. I couldn't believe this is happening. I still, it's a never-ending nightmare. Yeah. Don't know how to answer. Because I don't know how I'm doing. I'm sad. I'm scared. I'm miserable. I'm lots of counseling. Getting through each day.
Yeah.
Families of missing children are living through hell on earth, not knowing where their baby is. And honestly, you have no idea what you would do or what you would say or how you would act. There's been so much of the, well, I would do this, I would do that. I pray that not one of those people ever has to feel a single ounce of what we are going through on a daily basis. So and I pray that nobody ever has to. You've lived that situation or you've walked a second in that situation. Don't tell a mother or a father that you know what you would do, because you don't know what you would do. So just be kind and be thankful that, pray that you never have to feel an ounce of this heartache or this heartbreak ever. There are some very, very, very dedicated officers, FBI agents, that they live, eat, breathe, sleep, trying to find Michael, trying to find answers. So I have this faith in them to share his story, share his picture. Everyone who just continues to be supportive. Thank everyone for you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. How are you doing? Are you okay?
No.
And that's okay to not be okay. That was a good answer to be able to share.
Yeah.
Is there something we can do for you?
Don't let anyone lose sight of my brother, please. That's my baby too.
We'll do our best.
Thank you.
We'll keep Michael out there. Okay? Right.
Christine made this video for Brandy. When Brandy was me here. Brandy saw it. And we all cried. Congratulations. I'm crying now. So I'm going to stop it now. We're going to go over some affidavits. With those monsters, baby, is bad. The whole story. I'm going to stop it there because Christine makes long videos, y'all. And we might play the rest of it at the end of it, but it will make you cry because it's okay to not be okay. It's the best answer. Christine's with Monkey now. She's with probably Summer and Monkey. But if anybody that is coming in here has not heard about the affidavit, what Stacy Wondra told happened to Monkey, it's absolutely horrible. Let me see if I can find. White Widow Baby actually sent it to me, but we went over it a little bit. So I'm going to bring it up. I don't mean to be soppy on you all, but this has been on my mind since I watched I heard about the affidavit. And y'all know that, even though me and Brandy's had her ups and downs, I still care very, very much about her and pray for her every day. Oh, I'm not all teary-eyed, y'all. Christine in those videos, she gets me. White Widow Baby said these monsters don't get to sit around and be comfortable. I hope you are uncomfortable and you deserve to be uncomfortable. Absolutely. So here is some of the affidavit I'm going to go over. It's so sad. It's graphic. I'm going to put a trigger warning up. We're going to go. This is okay. So it's quite long, so I'm going to get to the part let's see. Okay. Okay, I want to go over this part here, y'all. It's quite graphic. So if you've not heard about what happened, we're going to go over it. So it just talks about, how the Dorothy Stock saw the little kid's big wheel tricycle in the garage of the Wanderers and all that. Stacy Wanderer is captured on surveillance footage driving a white Lexus and pulling into the parking area of the splash pad in the neighborhood of the SWH Street 1523 hours on July 27th. Stacy is seen exiting the driver's door, walking around the passenger side of the car, and appears to be testing the exterior door handle to see if it is locked. Stacy then walks back around to the driver's side of the vehicle where he got into the driver's seat and exited the area. Okay. Video surveillance showed an adult male walking in the area. Now remember that adult male was actually Adrian the day that Michael went missing. I want to get to the... Okay, so when they found Adrian, allegedly, Daisy, she had right to be angry. You had the right to defend yourself. She really couldn't help. I know. It's just a bad situation. I still love her very much, y'all. And my heart hurts for her and Tyler. Okay, so they're talking about here where Adrian was vague in his statement and wouldn't comment to a solid statement. He also refused to provide social security number for identification. He provided Stacy's phone number as he owned and concealed his real phone number and law enforcement. So this is talking about leading up to his we'll go back over the TikTok things. I want to get to the point where that Stacy actually talks about what happened to Michael in this. All right. I'm starting here. I'm putting a trigger warning up for the ones that has not heard it. because it's sad. I don't believe all of it because I don't believe that they just took him just to unalive him. Okay, here we go. On November 10th, 2022, Stacy again asked to speak with the Fruitland police detectives. Stacy wanted a deal, the same offer that was given to Sarah in the Monkey Vaughn case. Stacy admitted Monkey had been in his house the night of his abduction. Stacy admitted to the tricycle had been in the garage where Kim Eco had previously described seeing it. Stacy then said that when he first saw Monkey, Sarah was carrying him into their home. Stacy said Monkey was put into a duffel bag to transport him out of their house and to Brandon's house in Kuna, Idaho. Stacy said Sarah was frantic trying to figure out what to do, and Brandon interjected, "I have a duffel bag." Stacy described Michael crying, and to prevent him from moving or making noise, Stacy described how Sarah taped his mouth with duct tape. When asked who put Monkey in the bag, Stacy said Brandon grabbed the bag and gave it to Sarah. Sarah picked up Monkey as Adrian helped to hold the sides of the bag open, then shoved Monkey in the bag. Stacy described Monkey as wiggling and trying to get out. Stacy said he could see Monkey in the bag with his knees bent into fetal position. While describing and demonstrating how Monkey was taped and stuffed in the duffel bag in the living room, Stacy had a physical reaction and began violently vomiting. When he was at the police station, he started vomiting. Okay. When asked if he was vomiting because of the chewing tobacco he was using, he indicated that he was throwing up because of the stress of talking about Michael. Stacy provided two reasons they stopped in the GMC at the corner of Southwest 8th Street and South Arizona in Fruitland. One, for Stacy to put power steering fluid in the vehicle, and two, so Brandon could check to see if Monkey was still alive because Monkey was bound with duct tape and stuffed into a duffel bag in the bed of the truck. Now get this, y'all, this was summertime and they threw this baby in the bed of this truck, okay, in 100-degree weather in a duffel bag where he probably could not, breathe. Okay. So, yeah. So, about halfway, I guess, on their way to it, they stopped and Brandon went back there to check to see if Monkey was still alive. All right, let's see here. All right. Stacy said he was unable to hear Monkey making. Stacy said when Brandon stopped to check on him, the bed of the truck, Stacy said he was able to hear Monkey making noises like a dull scream. Stacy said they were worried about being seen because they saw a car parked off South Arizona. Stacy said they drove straight to Brandon's mother's house in Kuna, Idaho, where Brandon grabbed both bags, the duffel containing Michael and the backpack, and went into the house by himself. Stacy said that once they arrived in Kuna, Michael was not making any more noises, and none of them had checked on Michael to verify if he was still alive. Stacy said that Brandon told him that he left Michael in the bag and put him in a spare room inside of his mother's house. They then towed Brandon's car back to Fruitland. Stacy said that Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian went to Kuna the next day to get Michael. The three of them brought Michael's body back into their house in Fruitland, and he stated that he was inside. Brandon was on guard, and Sarah and Adrian dug a hole together. Stacy reported that he did not previously report this information because he thought he would still get in trouble and because he was fearful of Sarah hurting him. In an interview, Stacy stated that Michael had a stuffed animal, some sort of stuffed animal. I want to say like a dinosaur or monkey. And what I saw was a monkey was green and looked like a green monkey. And in the interview, Stacy advised the live green monkey was the dog toy that he and Sarah gave Monkey to keep him quiet while he was sitting on the couch of their living room. What? So Monkey was sitting on their couch. So what happened while Monkey he was left to suffocate as far as we know? That's what I'm saying. Why isn't Stacy talking about what happened to Monkey? Something happened for them to want to get rid of him. They did not just take this baby just to unalive him. Something else happened. The story is not being told. Wow, who was the dude in that hot tub? That was Brandon. That was Brandon. He is the one that they took Monkey, that left Monkey at his mom's house. That was Brandon Sherfield. They remember Brandy came in here and said that the cadaver dogs picked up a scent at his mom's house, and she tried to say it was the sewage, but it wasn't because Monkey had been there. Okay, so let's see. He saw Monkey and was given in the interview. Stacy advised the live green monkey was the dog toy. So the dog dug up the ear of the lime green. So Monkey was on their couch in the living room. Additionally, Stacy stated that the idea to take a child to sell for money was Adrian. Oh my God, I did not hear this part, you all. I told you they sold that baby. I told you they sold him. I did not hear this part, y'all. Oh my God. Additionally, Stacy stated that the idea to take a child to sell for money was Adrian's and they would get $10,000 cut. Stacy was asked if Sarah provided any directions throughout any part of this. Stacy said that Sarah asked him and Brandon to follow her lead, which was take the kid. Stacy recalled that most of the conversation at that point was Sarah trying to figure out what they were going to do. Sarah had asked Brandon where we should put the body, and Brandon was like, well, you guys can take him over to my house and we'll deal with it. And that will buy us some time. So in this statement right here, it sounds like Brian, when they were talking about taking him to Brandon's house, it sounds like Monkey was already deceased. They sold that baby. Remember, I told you that. I told you I know they sold him. Okay, following the interview with law enforcement, Stacy called his mother, Tamara Johnson, from the Washington County Jail on a video visit. Tamara asked Stacy if Monkey was alive. Stacy shook his head and said no. Sarah accidentally killed him. And Tamara asked how, and Stacy said suffocation, and went on to say they buried him in a duffel bag. After his interview and phone call to his mother, Stacy wrote an apology letter to Michael's parents and then attempted to hang himself in jail cell, but was rescued by Washington. Wow, I did not hear this either, y'all. So he tried to unalive himself in jail? That's not an accident. Absolutely not an accident, Diamonds. They let that baby suffocate, but I believe there was other things going on before that. Okay, so I didn't know about this part, y'all. Oh my God. After the interview and the phone call to his mother, Stacy wrote an apology letter to Michael's parents and then attempted to hang himself in jail cell, but he was rescued by the Washington County Sheriff's staff. No, let that fucker die. I'm sorry, but It should be noted that during some part of Stacy's incarceration in Washington County Jail, prior to his confession and directions on to find Michael's body, Sarah was out of custody and living back at the house on Red Wing Street, as evidenced by her being there when law enforcement arrived to execute the search warrant. So Sarah went home and got rid of Monkey. I guarantee it. Sarah could have had the time and ability to move any evidence from the property without Stacy's knowledge. On June of 2022, Sarah called Key Ramsey from jail and spoke about spouses being able to testify against each other. In a recording phone call from the Washington County Jail to Sarah, Stacy expressed concern that Sarah was going to turn on Stacy. Sarah confirmed that Stacy was referring to Michael Vaughn. Sarah told Stacy that she had already told her attorney and that she wasn't going to turn on Stacy, and that was she was going to testify against him. Wasn't going to testify against him. Stacy then reassured Sarah he never testified against her. As a search warrant was executed on November 12, 2022, Stacy described the exact location where to find Monkey buried in the backyard of the residence. He instructed detectives through a video chat, which we seen that. Sarah Wandra, who was located at the residence at the time, was detained. As the officers read to her the search warrant, Sarah made several strange statements. Wow, that is a lot. I definitely did not kill that boy. The Most High God already told me who did it, so. Oh, wow, the Most High God just told me that Stacy was the one who killed him and buried him in the yard of Carson's house. She also said that the Most High God told her Stacy was the one that killed him and buried him. The Most High God just told me that Stacy was the one who did it. He wants me to make sure you understand that I had nothing to do with it. He said that Stacy buried him in the backyard by the shed. It wasn't actually Stacy who harmed the boy. As officers started to search the residence, Sarah asked several times if the officers had found him yet. Wow. Right. Right, White Widow baby. See, I didn't hear this part. I just heard the other part. Idaho State Police and Ada County Sheriff's Office assisted with the execution of the search warrant at the Wanderers residence, along with the 5 separate certified cadaver canines prior to the officer digging in the backyard of the Wanderers residence. Cadavers canines were deployed and alerted in the backyard. A total of 5 certified cadaver canines were deployed, and all 5 alerted inside the Wanderers' backyard. In the approximate area of Stacy claimed he witnessed Sarah and Adrian burying Michael. Neither Michael nor any human remains were located during the execution of the search warrant. Prior to the evacuation the backyard, law enforcement noted there were several areas in the yard that appeared to have been filled with dirt and resodded. Kay and Ed Ramsey reported they had filled in the area of the yard where Sarah and Stacy's dog had digged the hole. At various interviews after the disappearance of Mikey Vaughn, Stacy was asked what happened to his and Sarah's cell phones in July of 2021. Stacy said Sarah wanted to distract attention, so we were not on the radar, and that was the reason they sold the phones. When asked if there was evidence of a crime on the phone, Stacy said there was text messages. Investigation revealed that the Wanderers changed their phones approximately 3 times in 5 months period. Stacy described purchasing a SIM card to put on his cell phone to evade law enforcement. The GMC pickup truck was subsequently repossessed for non-payments. Stacy then called Kim Cars wanting the truck back or to borrow it. He was told them to hurry up and sell it. Stacy further advised that they sold the Lexus they had at the time of Michael Vaughn's abduction. Within a few weeks of Michael Vaughn's disappearance, the Wanderers iCloud data revealed Stacy and Sarah searching for rental houses in other states, financial assistance in different areas. Additionally, photos of items boxed up was taken on July 30th, 2021, as if they were prepared to move. In summation, Stacy confessed that the four members of the household, Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Sherduff, and Adrian Lewson, were all involved in the abduction and killing of Michael Vaughn. Their home in the neighborhood adjacent to the home where Michael lived was last seen. The neighbor Dorothy Starkley saw Michael riding a tricycle near the Wanderer's home at the time Michael went missing. The same tricycle was seen in the Wanderer's garage prior to the abduction. The tricycle was discarded outside the neighborhood off the bluff after Michael went missing. Kay Ramsey, Sarah Wanderer's mother, claimed to have found it and moved it to the entrance of the neighborhood, which is refuted by the fact that another neighbor unrelated to the case claimed to have found it and placed it there. Kay's story also does not account for the fact that the tricycle was in the house before being discarded and before Michael went missing. Live scent track dogs were deployed and the only house they showed interest in was the Wanderer's house. The same dog showed interest in the area where Michael went missing from and the area where the tricycle was discarded. Based on the foregoing, your affidavit is requesting that Stacy Wonder be charged with the kidnapping and murder in first degree as well as concealment of evidence. Wow, y'all. Wow. Them mofos. Let's see what this is. Murder in the first degree, kidnapping in the second degree, and destruction of evidence. Wow. And then I'm not sure what this is. Arizona. They took that baby to sell him. I knew it. Something else happened, y'all, than what he's saying. Something else happened. So, yes, he went missing with a tricycle. He went missing. He had his tricycle that day. Let's see. 120 Acres said, I think both Stacy and Sarah have medical documentation to prove they have mental disabilities. Not that it's an excuse of what happened if they were involved, but clearly to me, they had both had some issues. Yeah. Also in this, they said that Stacy was Sarah had been talking about like God forgiving her for doing horrific things. I hope that mother gets charged for concealment of information and knowledge. There is so much more to this, in my opinion. Yes, I agree 100% that there's more to this story than what they're saying. 100%. I think that they took that baby, $10,000. $10,000 is worth a child's life. $10,000. Brandy and Tyler would have gave them $10,000 or more to get their child back. Adrian and all, yeah, they trafficked him. They trafficked that baby. Stacy has come out on a live long time ago stating he does have some kind of disability, but no disability they have or he has will deem either of them incompetent for this crime. Amen. Yep, I agree 100%. Oh my God, y'all! If this is just half of what happened when this stuff goes to trial, because I do believe that somebody else is I believe Sarah is gonna squeal on him because he squealed on Sarah. So I think there's a lot more to this story than what they're saying. I really do. Um, let's see. Sarah said she had broken the 10 commandments, but not murder. These were the smartest people. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this much right now. If it is true and they put that baby in a duffel bag and they stuck him in the back of a truck at 100-degree weather and they let that baby cry for his life, they murdered him. All of them. Not just one of them, but all of them murdered this baby. They're all responsible for the death of this baby. Every one that was involved in the abduction and everything else, they all should be charged for murder, first degree. Stacy had the nerve to ask for money to appear on panels. That piece of shit. Yeah, he asked me for $100 because I asked him if he wanted to be interviewed, because the reason why I asked him, because I was going to ask him questions to see if he would like mess up, or say something that would incriminate him. And he said, I charge $100 an hour. That's what he said. I still have the text from it if y'all want to see it. I charge $100 an hour is what he told me. And I was like, hell to the no. Because I even asked the girls about it. Christine was like, She was like, Daisy, don't you dare. They all murdered him. It's on their hands. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Daisy, can you please see if there's any new with Sarah saying anything in the affidavit? She didn't say anything other than he asked for money because others paid him. He said he was getting paid 120 hours. $100 an hour. 100 an hour. That's what he said. Yeah. This is the reason police haven't been running from place to place with leads. They knew the whole time. Yes. According to this affidavit, they did. Right. Exactly, my three sons. Yeah. And the very people that attacked me over Dawn and Candace was actually taking money up for this guy, having people pay for his hotel rooms and having people send him money for food, clothes, coats. The very one that came hard for me and still probably comes hard for me for Dawn and Candace was giving this dude money and said that she had feelings for him. Now, I don't know if that was true or not, or if it was just something to get him to talk. I don't know. But people was giving him money, paying his hotel rooms and everything because of her. And people want to say they didn't pay him. If you agreed to buy him lunch to talk, you paid him. Right? That son of a bitch in my book could starve to death. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not very Christian of me to say. But I'm telling you right now, I have no mercy or pity for these people that would do such a thing to a baby like that. A little precious 5-year-old, blonde-headed, blue-eyed, the most beautiful blue eyes, to do that to his family. I think they should just let Brandon, Adrian, Sarah, and Stacy in the same room with Brandy and Tyler and give Brandy and Tyler a cat of nine tails and let him get whipped with a cat of nine tails, every one of them. I'm sorry, but you all, it pisses me off 100%. 120, is it possible in the sake of having prior documents in a mental facility, but the willingness to this crime and everything during and after, I believe there could be a high chance. Let's see. It's hard to have mercy on the merciless. I know God says we're supposed to have mercy, but oh my goodness, y'all. And this is just part of what happened to Monkey. This is not the whole story. I hate to find out what the whole story is. Like, we all know what we went through the Harmony Montgomery trial. Like, that broke us. I really think that it really did something to me when I listened to that trial and what Adam Montgomery and Kayla did to that baby, and then disrespected her body so badly. You know, when Brandon was doing that interview with JLR and he was talking about how he searched the Snake River, it made me think that, did he put that baby in that river? Is there a chance that they could have placed that body in that river? Because that river was so close to them all. So I really believe that that baby might have been placed in that river. Hey, Mustang Mama, how are you, darling? You don't want to know. Let's see. These monsters are going down. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Came late. Good evening, Farm and Daisy. Hey, Callie Strong. I remember the creator that raised money for him. Shame on her. Oh, honey, that one right there. She stole my content. She dogged me. She still dogs me over Dawn and Candace. Come up on my panel, was so rude to me, like come down my throat. And then she sit over and gave this murderer money and told people to take up money for him. I mean, in her defense, because I'm gonna give her a little mercy because she never gave me none. In her defense, I pray that something he said on her panel helps put this mofo in jail. In her defense. Because she didn't have no defense for me. She had no mercy on me at all. Oh, thank you, Saltwater. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, she gifted 10 memberships. Let's see who got the memberships. Let me see if I can find it, okay? Hang on just a second, y'all. Who got the membership? Saltwater, thank you. Okay, it looks like Callie Strong, Angel's Life, Mary Hubbard, Breezy, Nikita, Kelly, English Rose, Karma Queen, Loose Cannon, Tennessee Truth, TT. Hey, TT. Thank you so much, Saltwater. Thank you, thank you, thank you for gifting 10 memberships, darling. Day Day, shut your mouth. Day Day. Hang on, I gotta turn it off for just a second. Okay. All right. Thank you, Saltwater. Hey, Daisy in chat and beautiful mods. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Welcome all new members. Saltwater and Rita R gifted memberships, y'all, tonight. So welcome everybody that's got a free membership tonight. Thank you, dears, for supporting my channel. I appreciate you so much. For those of you that does not know what we're talking about, we are going over the affidavit for Monkey Von's case, Stacy Wandra, and what he said. I'm so glad Monkey is getting his sweet justice. I do too. And I hope that one of them breaks. And I hope that one of them actually comes and gives up Monkey's body. And I hope that they actually make a deal if they tell where Monkey is, that, that they'll not get as much time. But unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do it because I think other things had happened to him. Daisy, will you please send free memberships out? Yes, ma'am, I will. Let's see. Somebody sent me a thing. Let me see here real quick. Okay, it was White Widow Baby. So this is the affidavits, y'all. I'll pull it back up. Thank you, White Widow Baby, for sending that as well. The affidavits. So Sarah said, if anybody wants to read this, you can copy and paste this. I will make this to where y'all can see it and you can read it on your own. Hey, Hillbilly Express. Let me take this down here. I'll go through each page of it. They charged Stacy Wandra, the state of Idaho versus Stacy James Wandra, for first-degree murder, a felony, kidnap, second degree, destruction and concealment of evidence, a felony. So he will be charged with that if he does not tell them where Monkey is. So let's pray that he does tell where Monkey is. Unfortunately, I don't believe he knows. I think Brandon and Sarah did something with Monkey. I think they did. Other things had to happen. There is so much still missing in this story. This is just the beginning. I agree. And unfortunately, I don't think they're good things. I don't think they're good things at all. I worked for 30 years with people with disabilities and they know right from wrong. Yes, ma'am. I agree 100%. They knew exactly what they could get off that baby. $10,000 for a baby's life. $10,000 to have horrific things happen. When you sell a child into trafficking, the horrible things right here, it says it right here. Additionally, Stacy stated that the idea to take a child to sell for money was Adrian's idea, and they would get a $10,000 cut. That's why Monkey was taken. That's why Monkey was killed. Because they sold him. They sold the baby. Now, I don't believe that Monkey was there. I don't believe Monkey was killed the first day. I don't believe that. Because if Sarah came, the original statement is that Sarah came running in the house with Monkey and that they stuffed him in the duffel bag. But if you read into the other statements, it says that he had seen Monkey sitting on the couch with a stuffed animal. So it doesn't make sense. There's more to this story, you all. There's a lot more to the story. But the main reason why this baby was took was right here. A $10,000 cut. $10,000. May they rot in hell with that money. May they rot in hell. I'm sorry, but they have devastated a family. Devastated a family. I think that I do believe that Monkey going missing and all the trauma that Brandy has been through has a lot to do with her illness. And a family is destroyed forever over this. Forever. Until they pass away, if they're in right with God and they see Monkey again. Because I believe God took this baby to save him from going through all this stuff. Sarah's PCA related to her involvement as well, but is currently in prison on unrelated charges, aggravated assault, and will be incarcerated until 26. What's a PCA? What's a PCA? Complete evil. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can give some free memberships right here quick, y'all. Let me see here. Gifting memberships. Send out 5 now. Let's see. Girl Next Door, Believe, George Wild Child, Hillbilly Nitro, Kindness and Grace. I don't know if I can give any more out. Let me see. It might let me give 5 more. Sandy, My Ranch got one. Rhett's mom, Renee Marie, Melanie Murphy. I think that's all. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Who did Sarah assault? Oh, wait. What did White Beetle Baby say? Did she say Sarah Wanda just charged with second-degree kidnapping? So far, they've only charged her with second-degree kidnapping? Oh, it's coming. A PCA in the terms, Daisy, is probable cause affidavit. So her probable cause affidavit is just kidnapping. She assaulted Stacy. He was scared of her. I don't believe that. Monkey's case is absolutely heartbreaking. It absolutely is. Oh, thank you, Saltwater. She gifted 10 more memberships. Thank you, Saltwater. God bless you. Let's see who got it. Alicia, Wolfie, Cats Hodge, Just Dawn, Rapunzel, Molly Roberts, Lynn Robertson, Brenda, Redeemed, Snow Dove. Thank you, Saltwater. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you for that. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank you. Welcome all new members. Thank you so much for that, for gifting that membership. Saltwater, thanks for supporting the channel. Yes, thank you so much. God bless you. Let's see. I want to go up to see Daisy and the death of Michael. So she is getting charged second degree murder. I can't believe it's been 4 years since I start moving for you, Daisy. Time flies by. I know, Kelly Marie, you've been with me a long time, darling. Gotta keep it going, ma'am. Thank you, Saltwater. God bless you. I know I need my ringer dinger. I need my ringer dinger. Ring that bell. I can't find it, or I would. Let me see if I can reach down here. Well, that's not it. I don't know if I got it or not. I don't know what to do with my ringer dinger, y'all. Thank you, Saltwater, though. Thank you so much for that, y'all. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I need to ring that damn bell when I can find it. I don't know where it's at. Woohoo! Let's see. Daisy Sarah Wander is being charged with second degree kidnap of Michael and the death of Michael. So is she being charged with murder, or I don't know. Hubby hid it. He probably did. He probably did hide it. You need to find that ringer dinger. I need to find a ringer dinger. Oh my God. I know I do, y'all. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Sarah Wander is being charged with first degree murder, second degree kidnap, and destruction of concealment of evidence. Good. Now the other two needs to be charged. Now the other one created all those bells and don't even have one to ring. I know. Good. She needs to be, somebody's going to rat on each other. Somebody's going to tell what really happened to keep from getting a murder charge. Let's see. A ringer, dinger, linger. Y'all, you know I'm stupid when it comes to words. All the bells are upstairs under Billy's bed where Daisy can't reach them. I don't know what I did with them, y'all. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord, y'all. This case has got me emotional wreck. Ever since I heard this last night, it's just been on my mind, and I just got to talk about it because I know there's more to this story than what is being said. I know there's more to it, and it's sad. And I don't like to cover kids' cases, but Summer and Monkey is the two closest to my heart other than Harmony Montgomery. And so, my heart still goes out to Brandy and Tyler and that family, and justice needs to be served. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it. It's just how I feel about those people that did this to him. Daisy, how is your foot? Has it gotten better? Yes, ma'am. It has got better. It has. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, but it actually is better. So far, so good. So hopefully I can get back to getting to work. Hopefully pretty soon. I don't know. Let me see if I can grab her affidavit. I thought I had it, but I think I only pulled Stacy's. It's basically the same if I remember correctly. Okay. Thank you, White Widow baby. Honey, she is the girl. She gets the info. She gets the information, y'all. But yeah, I'm glad my foot is doing better so far, so good. Yeah, Brandy came to my channel when I first started on Summer's Case. Trixie was my mod, and she brought Brandy and Monkey's Case to my channel. I was actually the first one of the first channels that Brandy had actually been on. So y'all know how close, if you've been with me, you know how close me and Christine was invested in Monkey's Case from the beginning. Christine, she's with Monkey probably right now in heaven. So there's no doubt in my mind those babies ain't in heaven. Summer, uh, Monkey, Harmony, all of them's in heaven. I do believe Summer is no longer with us, y'all. I don't believe Summer's alive. I really don't. Yes, Daisy, White Widow Baby, and LSQ are on top of things. They definitely my go to find out info on these cases. They are super sleuths, ain't they, Diamonds? Super sleuths. Let's see. Yanni! I'm here. I'm sorry I can't be in chat much, but please drop some links, girls. I love y'all. Poor Summer. She's been lost in all of this. Unfortunately, I don't think that they're ever going to find Summer. Her little body amongst the wilderness. I mean, if anybody's been in this area, you know the mountains. There's nothing but mountains. And her little tiny bones. Could you imagine how little her bones is right now, y'all? Can you imagine how little and tiny her bones is? I mean, they're never, unless someone knows specifically where she is specifically at, I don't think they'll ever find her. I really don't. I don't believe it. I do not believe it at all. I believe she's in water. I believe that she could possibly be in a dam somewhere. I do. I think she could be. I think Brandon kept talking about that river. The closest thing to the Wanderer's home was that river. I think Stacy and Brandon dug the baby monkey up and put him in that river. And I don't think it, I think they need to search that river again. I really do. It is sad. Too many lies on Summer's case, in my opinion. That didn't help, right? I would like to talk to you one day on my Facebook Messenger. Where is JJ? I've not seen Jay in a long time. Is he okay, y'all? Jay and my 25 cents. I wonder if he's okay. I guess because I don't get to go live much, but I've not seen him. Have y'all seen him? And I don't even want to say the R word, because as soon as I say the R word was going to be in this chat. So I'm not saying his name, y'all. Okay. Diamond said, I have to get all the links again. I just got my phone back from the shop again. Y'all don't buy any Samsung Folds. The battery sucks. Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Did she send me? Let's see. If I can't grab it tonight, I'll get it tomorrow. Okay, that's fine, darling. I'll go live tomorrow. Or if anybody else wants to go live, it don't matter. But yeah. Sorry that was an accident. But yeah, what was I talking about? No, 120 acres. The R word. The R word. I don't want the R word in here tonight. But this is a sad case and it's heartbreaking. And I just could not hold back after I heard that last night. It has bothered me all day long. It's going to snow over here. It's already snowed here, Diamonds. We got snow last night and a little bit of flurries today. Bundle up, sis. Yes, it's been cold. But guess what? It's supposed to be in the 60s this week here. So I'm hoping to be able to go back out on the pasture because I've been spending a lot of time out on the pasture with the animals. That's where I've been, y'all. Mostly today. Oh, well, let me tell you. There was a person on the yard sale post that had a rooster that needed rescue. So here goes me and Billy down the road to rescue him. And when we got there, they couldn't find him. So they said that if they seen him again, they're going to put him in a cage and then we can go get him. So stay tuned. I'm going to make a video about him because he's been alone in this area for 2 weeks straight. So he needs him some women and then women needs men. So my hens is going to get them a rooster if they can find him. It was cold yesterday. Yes, it was cold. It was cold today too, especially when that sun starts going down. Daisy, I got 3 inches of snow yesterday, but it's all gone now. Yes, it is the best place for my health. Well, this little rooster is kind of lost. He's a lost rooster, and he was stuck between 2 fences. And I told him, I said, I believe he's up in them trees because they actually searched for him on the ground. And I told him, I was like, I think he's up in them trees, but it was already dark. So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to find out if we're going to have a new rooster on the farm. Let's see. Brandon's mom inherited her family's graveyard. That's my understanding, is one that doesn't have tombstone. If anyone else knows more about Brandon's mom's inheritance of this, tell more on it. Exactly. The more information out there, we all know that social media has a way of getting things around. Yeah, let Brandy know. When Stacy Wanda asked me to give him $100 an hour, I sent that to Brandy and told Brandy because I think that's important. I think in the trial, I think probably a lot of these YouTubers that interviewed him is going to be subpoenaed to court in this trial. You watch. My favorite is when Daisy sings to her chickens. I know. Well, you have some happy hens, hopefully. I know they get them a man. They're mean though. So I decided to put, the 3 baby chicks. Well, they're half grown out there. And so I decided to put one of my older hens in with the baby chicks because they're half grown. And she beat the shit out of them. So I had to take her out of there. And I'm like, you little mean ass. She beat them chickens up. It's 31 in Tennessee. It's supposed to get down to like 24 tonight. That's what I thought. Well, the wacky weather, I'm running around with a fur Carhartt toboggan and flip-flops. Oh my God, your feet's going to freeze off. That's one of the first things that freezes on me is my feet. My face will get plumb flushed and blood red, but my feet freezes, y'all. I can't wear flip-flops. I'd freeze to death. My feet will turn purple. They literally, when they get cold, they turn purple, y'all. I guess it's lack of circulation. I don't know. But the weather is wonky, and I hate this winter weather, y'all. I am going to take a picture of myself as the Grinch because I feel like a Christmas Grinch. I am not ready for Christmas. I do not want to deal with Christmas. I am already over Christmas and ain't even begun. So I am the Christmas Grinch because there's so much, just a lot of hee-haw about Christmas. Daisy, you have to have your legs up. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Diamonds? Let me see. What Widow Baby? I think I'll wait till tomorrow. We'll go over that tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll go over the rest of this tomorrow. I'm saving the hair on my legs just in case. Me too. Me too. Circulation. Yeah, I do put my feet up, but it's still my feet. It's not good, y'all. Elevated. Yeah. I got my feet elevated right now, but I don't want my feet to, I can't stand it as much as I can't stand to stand very long. I can't stand to sit very long because I have a lot of pelvic pain and it hurts my pelvic area to sit for long periods of time as well. So I'm in a bad place. I'm in a bah humbug place. And this cold weather don't make it no better. I am not in the Christmas mood. I don't know if y'all are. Where's Frankie? Frankie's around here somewhere. She's probably listening in on Ernie's stuff because Frankie likes to listen in on Ernie. She follows Ernie a whole lot. She comes in every once in a while, but she's really into, like, she listens to the shenanigans that goes on with Ernie. Frankie does. Oh, you got it now? Do you want to send it now and try to go over it? Let me ask her. Daisy, you might have to rotated pelvis. Maybe try a chiropractor. Okay, so she's got it. She's got the affidavit now. Okay, we're going to try to go over that. Thank you so much, White Widow Baby. This girl is on it. She is on it. She ain't playing. Let's see. No, my back and my neck has been giving me HEZZ. Oh, yeah, it's this cold weather. So, y'all, I'm going to take a little intermission and let you all watch the day. I'm going to play. Hey, Kim, how are you? Poor circulation's in my legs. And oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to play the Daisy song that I made. While y'all are waiting for me to come back, I'll be right back. Just hang on just a second. It's an intermission, but I got to go pee. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay. Bye. I'll be right.
Daisy, you're the shining star out in the field so far, moving sweet melodies under the bright blue sky. Your spots are like the stars in the night so high. Daisy, you're the best cow, oh my, oh my. Daisy, oh Daisy, you're the queen of the herd. Your gentle moo is all I've ever heard. With your big kind eyes and your gentle moo, Daisy, you're the best cow, yes, it's true. Running through the meadows, feeling so free. Daisy, you're the best as can be. From dawn till dusk, you're my favorite friend. Daisy, you'll be loved until the very end. Oh, Daisy, my dear cow, you're the best of all. In my heart, you stand tall. Forever you'll be my favorite, my cow so true. Daisy, I love you through and through.
Okay, guys. All right. I did like this little song that I made for Daisy. I thought, oh, I love my Daisy so much. And an app come up on my thing. It does sound like Reba, don't it? And I was like, well, I'm going to try it. And I was like, Daisy is the best cow. And it made that song. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I love it. Okay. Let's get back to the affidavit, y'all. This is Stacy Wandra's affidavit. Okay. So this is part 2 of the segment. I'm going to read it. Okay. The state of Idaho versus Sarah Wandra. Not Stacy, Sarah Wandra. Her charges is first-degree murder, felony, kidnapping, second-degree felony, and destruction of concealment felony. So they are charging her with the same thing they are charging him. So, good. Good. All right, here we go. Let's see what the next one is. Canine, search the surrounding areas. Use a pair of Michael Vaughn shoes for Michael Vaughn scent. Out approximately 300 homes. Canine handlers reported the dog only showed interest in one house located at the Wandra's home in Fruitland. This is the home of Stacy and Sarah Wandra. It goes through this. The entrance, August 15th. Let me see. I'm going to try to see what she said to him. Woo, it's hot in here. My husband's got this heat wide open. On August 1st, 2021, the police contacted the resident, Fruitland, on their search of the residence. They located Adriana Lucinell hiding in a closet. Residents of the home on that date, on July 27th, were identified as married couple Stacy and Sarah Wandra and their sublets Brandon Shifley and Adriana Lucinine or whatever. All four were interviewed on August 1st. Adrian was vague in his statements and wouldn't comment to a solid statement. He also refused to provide his social security number for identification confirmation. He provided Stacy's phone number as his own and concealed his real number from law enforcement. Ooh. Sarah reported that on July 27th, she and Stacy had slept until noon. Sarah said they left their residence around 1700 hours, which is 5 o'clock, to tow a vehicle to Kuna. Sarah and Stacy denied they were home around 16:30 on July 27th. Cell phone data showed that Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian were co-located at Miradoan, Idaho on July 27th, earlier that day. Cell phone tower data and surveillance footage show Sarah, Stacy, Adrian, Brandon were in the area of their neighborhood at the time of Monkey Vaughn's disappearance. Sarah, Adrian, and Brandon returned to Fruitland, verified by surveillance, in Sarah's blue Toyota Corolla at 17:08, which is 5:08 hours, only to leave again at 5:12. The Toyota then came back into the neighborhood again at 5:56. Oh, that is not good. Surveillance footage shows Sarah driving a maroon GMC pickup belonging to Sarah and Stacy Wandra on July 27th. As she drove out of the neighborhood at 19, which is 7:08 at night, Stacy had been identified as the front passenger and Brandon was the driver on the driver's side rear passenger. Sarah, Stacy, Brandon, and Brandon's phone data showed they were co-located as they left the neighborhood at 7:08 and drove to Kuna, Idaho. Adrian's phone did not provide any location data during the evening of July 27th. However, Adrian took a selfie photo in the guest bathroom at the Wandra's residence at 7:26 hours, which is 7:26 in the evening. The Wandra's maroon GMC pickup truck is captured on surveillance footage returning to their Fruitland neighborhood at 23:22, which is 11:22 at night. July 27th, pulling or towing the silver Mercedes Benz. Following Monkey's disappearance, Sarah had a distinct change in behavior. Written communications between Sarah and Stacy on August 8th, 2021 was recovered from the iCloud data. Sarah told Stacy on that date that she wanted to move and get out of the neighborhood in this house. Sarah also said to Stacy, "I like it better when you agree to be no one else here ever, but then you didn't want to listen to me about our sanctuary, so now we need to find another one. I need a new castle." Written communication from Sarah's phone on August 12th, 2021 indicates a falling out between Stacy and Brandon, with Brandon being kicked out of the Wanderer's residence. Sarah changed her phone number. Following Michael's disappearance, Sarah began to stand along the highway near Love's gas station in Ontario, Oregon, with signs stating to repent your sins and that the end time was near. Oh my goodness. The devil works, don't he? She definitely the ringleader in this, and Stacy just had just as bad, but he basically sounds like her little bitch, if I'm being blunt. That is true. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is something else, ain't it? Believe said, let me read this right quick. Need some prayers. See my wound doctor tomorrow, and he gives me good news of my wound. He's healing. Wound is healing on my leg. It's not going to face amputation. It's still healing process. It's been hell thanks to the wrong diagnosis. Well, prayers for you, Believe. I hope that it gets better, darling. Okay, I'm going to be reading this, so I'm not going to be able to read chat, so I'm going to read the rest of this, y'all. This gets interesting. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to make it. Oh, what did I just do? Shit. Sorry about that. Let me go back. One more. Okay. I was going to try to make it bigger, but I don't think I can. Sarah's social media post on TikTok and Facebook also changes drastically to religion and asking for forgiveness for her sins. Pre-abduction, Sarah posted infrequent and only showed a few posts over years' time. From January to July of 21, Sarah posted approximately 3 posts. 2 posts were to ask for donations to help cats and to start a new job in July 11th. After Michael's abduction, Sarah's posts were very religious and spoke out repentance and forgiveness. Sarah's Facebook posts also multiplied in numbers post-abduction. August 2021, Sarah made approximately 20 posts. September 21, approximately 30 posts. In October 21, Sarah made approximately 202 posts. November 21, Sarah made approximately 77 posts. And in December, approximately 24 social media posts. Wow. Prior to Michael's abduction, Sarah had posted only approximately 11 videos on TikTok over 3 years. Following Michael's abduction, Sarah posted approximately 329 videos from September 21 through December. In TikTok videos, Sarah made testimonies and statements regarding her involvement in a criminal behaviors and stated that she had broken all the 10 commandments. It should be noted that thou shalt not kill is one of the 10 commandments. Woo! So she said she committed all of them. Sarah also alleged it in her videos that it did not matter what sin she had committed because God had forgiven her for all of them. Michael's missing person flyer can be seen in the background in some of her videos. So they're taking note of everything, y'all. Everything, not just little things. So that just goes to show that social media is a big impact on these cases. And don't forget, they changed their profile photo of Michael during his disappearance. How effing sick. I know. They'll do anything to cover it up. That's usually what they do. Okay, let's see. Sarah was interviewed again by law enforcement on November 15th, 2021. Stacy was also interviewed after being confronted with a photo of her leaving the neighborhood July 27th at 7:08, driving the GMC pickup truck. Sarah changed her story and said she was driving the GMC to get Brandon's Mercedes-Benz in Kuna to tow it back to Fruitland. Sarah said the trip to Kuna to get the car had not been previously planned, and that it was Stacy who wanted to go get the car at the time and date. Sarah said she stopped at SW 8th Street, South Arizona, on the way out of the neighborhood to input the address in the GPS. Sarah said that she drove to something in Kuna, which is Brandon's mother's home. Sarah said Brandon's mother, Tina Morrell, was out of town. Sarah said Tina did not allow Brandon to have people in her home when she was not there. So Sarah and Stacy parked down the road, and Brandon used a back fence gate on the south side to enter Tina's residence so that the doorbell camera did not capture him there. Oh. Sarah reported that while towing the car back to Fruitland, the tow strap broke. While they were on the side of the road, Sarah reported she urinated and removed the shirt she was wearing in order to use it as a wipe. Oh, how freaking gross is that, y'all? Oh my gosh, she's sickening. Come on. Nuh-uh. That's gross. Where did I stop at? Sorry. Reported she urinated to remove the strap, wearing it to wipe. Sarah would not provide information on which shirt she was wearing or what happened to it. Upon returning to their neighborhood, Sarah said they spoke with a pedestrian who informed them of a missing child. Sarah did not mention wearing a shirt when they spoke with the pedestrian, but previously spoke of trying to cover herself as she was standing along the roadway. Sarah said that after returning home, she and Brandon took the blue Toyota and drove around to help search for the child. Again, not mentioning reclothing. In later interviews, Sarah stated she and Brandon went to the gas station for soda and candy prior to helping with the search. Sarah said that on that night she drove down SW 9th Street for the first time and drove past Monkey's home, where she saw Monkey's mother crying outside. Oh, that bitch. Sarah said she and Brandon went home due to the number of people already out searching. Sarah was asked about changing her phone following Michael's abduction. Sarah provided 2 reasons. Sarah said they sold their phones because she and Stacy were splitting up, and Sarah said they sold their phones because demons told her to. Sarah was still paying on the phone that was sold. Wow. Sarah was asked about her Facebook post and provided the following response. I literally had like a demon tell me that I needed to leave my husband. I literally deleted all of my pictures. I have no idea what my passwords are. We had a fight. My husband and I had to sell our phones. We had to get new phones. And I can't access any of my stuff. So I do have Facebook, just don't have access to it right now. When I asked about the vehicle Sarah and Stacy have, Sarah said the GMC pickup was possessed. Sarah said they said she told Stacy when they heard the repo guys were coming to take the truck, we're going to be the we're going to be the nicest repo they ever had today. Law enforcement was later told that the truck appeared to have been thoroughly cleaned prior to repo. See, these mofos know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. White Widow Baby said, I believe she was. I do believe that the mother could end up having charges for concealment of evidence or at minimum withhold information in the case. I think she has been covering for them. Yes, I do too. Y'all, I'm not the bestest reader. Okay, where was it? Following the interview of Brandon and Sarah reported. Okay, following the interview in November 2021, Brandon reported Sarah and Stacy contacted him and told him they were re-interviewed about Monkey's abduction. Brandon said Stacy suggested Brandon come over to their place and create an alibi or write a letter on the behalf of Sarah and Stacy saying that they were not involved in Monkey's abduction. Tina Morrell, Brandon Sherfy's mother, was interviewed by law enforcement. Tina reported that Brandon's behavior changed after he lived with the Wanderers. Tina explained that Brandon became more depressed and withdrawn, spending more time playing video games and smoking marijuana. Tina alleged that Brandon avoided law enforcement contact about Monkey's abduction, and Brandon contacted Sarah to verify his story before he spoke with law enforcement. Tina would not tell law enforcement where Brandon was or what his phone number was at the time. Arrest her! Arrest her ass! It's a lot, Daisy. You're doing great. Thank you. Y'all, it's interesting, though. It really is. Okay, here we go. Whew. This stuff is something. Kay Ramsey, Sarah's mother, was interviewed and shown pictures of the tricycle. Kay claimed that she found the tricycle in some bushes near the Buff a few days prior to Michael's abduction. Kay said that would be the reason her DNA would be on the tricycle. Kay said that after all of that effort, she left it at the intersection of the Three River Way on South 8th Street. Kay was 73-year-old in July 2021. She was old. Kay Ramsey was also confirmed to law enforcement that Sarah and Stacy's dog had dug holes in the backyard of Red Wing residence. Kay reported the dog had dug up what the dog had dug up what the later determined to be the ear of a green stuffed animal. Kay said she had to throw away the stuffed ear. Listen, if there's something dead in the backyard, they will dig it up. Listen, I buried our little Shih Tzu under a tree in our yard, and the chickens literally dug this Shih Tzu up and eat this Shih Tzu. I know that sounds bad, but they will find it. They will find it if it's back there. Why have they not arrested her and the rest of them, or have they? They've arrested Stacy and Sarah. I think Brandon's got different charges. They've not got charges on the rest of them right yet. Okay, Kay Ramsey is alleged to have withheld information and evidence in the criminal investigation involving Sarah in 2022. There, Kay initially concealed a firearm used in an aggravated assault in which Sarah was later convicted. So this Sarah is something else. When law enforcement met with Sarah on October 12, 2022, Sarah said God told her he was going to help her find the boy. Sarah wrote a testimony and said that if law enforcement read it, they would relocate Monkey. Sarah suggested God had forgiven Hitler for his sins, that God had redeemed Sarah for her sins. Around the time Sarah began standing in her driveway and urinating on herself, causing the neighbors to call for welfare checks. What? What? Oh my God, y'all. Remember the stuffed animal that the dog dug up in the same color as the dog toy stuffed animal that Stacy and Sarah gave to Monkey to comfort him when he was sitting on their couch? They moved him. They moved him. They moved him. Wow, this Sarah's a crazy nutcake. Y'all, we do not know what's lurking in our neighborhoods. They will rearrest Sarah like they did Stacy. Okay. All right, we're going to continue off. Oh, Lord. Okay. In July 2023, Christy Kutch told direct detectives that in a prior conversation with Sarah before her arrest in 2022, Sarah made a statement that Stacy had been involved in an abduction of a 5-year-old boy. Christy said she made personal notes on their conversation. Christy had a jail record conversation with Sarah on June of 2022, and when Sarah commented Stacy had been arrested if he was charged with the kidnapping of a child. In the recording, Sarah recants her prior statement, claiming Christy misunderstood her. Chrissy also mentioned that Sarah's dog was digging large holes in the backyard. On November 5th, 2022, at 12:55 hours, which is at night, Stacy contacted Fruitland Police and requested an interview in the Washington County Jail. Stacy provided vague details about the events surrounding Monkey's abduction. Stacy said Sarah's religious beliefs and behavior change started within a couple days of Monkey's abduction. In a recorded jail phone call, Stacy spoke of switch phones and SIMS cards because he did not want law enforcement following or profiling him. On November 10th, 2022, Stacy again asked to speak with Fruitland detectives. Stacy requested a deal, the same offer that was given to Sarah in Monkey Vaughn's case. Stacy admitted Monkey had been in his house the night of his abduction. Stacy admitted the tricycle had been in his garage, where Kim Eklund had previously described seeing it. Stacy then said that when he first saw Monkey, Sarah was carrying Monkey into their house. Stacy said Monkey was put into a duffel bag to transport him out of their house and to Brandon's house in Kuna. Stacy provided 2 reasons they stopped in the GMC at the corner of Southwest 8th Street in South Arizona. I put power steering fluid in the vehicle, and 2, so Brandon could check to see if Monkey was still alive, because Monkey was bound with duct taped and stuffed in a duffel bag that was in the bed of the truck. Stacy reported he did not previously report this information because he thought he would still get in trouble because he was fearful of Sarah hurting him. While describing how Monkey was taped and stuffed in the duffel bag in the living room, Stacy had physical reaction and began violently vomiting. Following his interview with law enforcement, Stacy called his mother, Tamara Johnson, from the Washington County Jail on a video visit. Tamara asked Stacy if Monkey was alive. Stacy shook his head no, and said Sarah accidentally killed him. Tamara asked how, and Stacy said suffocation, and went on to say they buried him in a duffel bag. After his interview and phone call to his mother, Stacy wrote an apology letter to Monkey's parents and then attempted to hang himself in the jail cell, but was rescued by Washington County Sheriff's staff. It should be noted that during some part of Stacy's incarceration in the Washington County Jail prior to his conviction and direction on where to find Monkey's body. Sarah was out of custody and living back at the house on Red Wing Street, as evidenced by her being there when law enforcement arrives to execute the search warrant. Sarah could have had the time and ability to move any evidence from that property without Stacy's knowledge, and she did. In June 2022, Sarah called Kay Ramsey from jail and spoke about spouses being able to testify against each other. In a recording phone call with Washington County Jail, Stacy expressed concern that Sarah was going to turn on Stacy. Sarah confirmed that Stacy was referring to Michael Vaughn. Sarah told Stacy that she had already told her attorney that she wasn't going to turn on Stacy and that she wasn't going to testify against him. As a search warrant was executed November 12, 2022, Sarah Wanderer, who was located in the residence, was detained. Officers read to her the search warrant. Sarah made several strange statements. Wow, that's a lot. I definitely did not kill that boy. The Most High God already told me who did it. Oh, wow. The Most High God just told me that Stacy was the one who killed him and buried him in the yard of Carson's house. She also said the Most High God told her Stacy was the one that killed him and buried him. The Most High God just told me that Stacy was the one who did it. He wants me to make sure you understand that I had nothing to do with it. He said that Stacy buried him in the backyard by the shed. It wasn't actually Stacy who harmed the boy. As officers started to search the residence, Sarah asked several times if the officer had found him yet. Wow. Idaho State Police and Ada County Sheriffs assisted in the execution of the search warrant of Wanderer's residence, along with 5 separate certified cadaver canines prior to the officers digging in the Wanderer's residence along the 5 separate certified. Oh, wait, I'm going over that again. Well, anyways, it's basically saying, okay, well, here it goes. On October 13, 2023, a follow-up interview was done with Stacy by Detective Juanita Killer and Chris McDonough. Chris McDonough of the Cold Case Foundation. What? At the mention of Michael Vaughn, Sarah had a strong emotion response and begun to cry. She said, God told me he was going to help me find the boy. Sarah went on to say, God forgave everybody. While Sarah Wanderer was in custody at the Fayette County Jail, she was emotionally distraught and complained about people saying she did something bad. The jailer asked her what was going on, and she described, I don't know if I was him. Wait, I don't know if it was him. I don't know what body I saw. Then the jailer asked, what body? She explained, I don't know. It was in a bag. I couldn't see it. When the jailer realized she was possibly talking about her case, he ended the discussion. Summons up. Michael Vaughn went missing on July 27th, 2021. Michael was observed by Dorothy Starkey on a tricycle near the Wanderer's home the date of the abduction. The same tricycle was observed in the Wanderer's garage prior to the child's disappearance. Kay Ramsey, Sarah's mother, claimed to have found the tricycle down a cliff, moved it to the entrance of the neighborhood, and that would explain the DNA being on the tricycle. James Smith told law enforcement that he found the tricycle down the cliff in the area where the K9 lived. Scent Tractor's dog would later alert. James Smith claimed he put the tricycle behind the buff sign where it was recovered by law enforcement. So that woman lied. So that woman was involved, y'all. That woman was involved. Daisy, remember, Brandley spoke highly of Chris McDonough. She was live talking to Don Wells, which Don was disrespectful to Brandy. I don't know, but I know Chris was a part of this. That's all I know. Okay, so it's basically saying what all already had happened. Later, the cadaver dogs alerted the Wanderers Black Yard. So, wow, this woman was nuts. All of them were nuts. Oh my God, that poor baby. There's more to this story. I know there's going to be more coming out about this. Wow. Wow. They're both charged with the same thing. Y'all. I'm glad, and I hope the other two gets the same charges. That's a lot. Thank you, White Widow Baby, for sending me this. Wow. Those sickos. There's going to be a lot more, yeah. So she's saying the reason why her DNA was on the tricycle was because she picked it up out of the cliff, but another man said that he was the one that moved it from the cliff. So she lied. She lied about it. So their parents were involved. Both of their parents. Sarah Wandra's mom was involved and Brandon's mom was involved, in my opinion. They all knew what they were doing. Monkey was unfortunate target. I think they all knew they wanted to try and abduct someone and end up being Monkey. Yeah. They had it planned. The parents are definitely involved, in my opinion. Yeah. I think so too. Yes, thank you, White Widow Baby, for the information. And you know, all of these grown people, that little baby fell victim to these adults. He fell victim. His helpless little self. These monsters. And I have a feeling when we find out what really happened to him, the whole story, it's going to break all of our hearts. Because this baby, they had no mercy on this little baby. They treated him like a piece of meat. They treated him like a piece of meat. They had no mercy. They stuck this baby in a duffel bag with duct tape over his face and threw him in the back of a truck in 100-degree weather and drove over an hour with this baby begging for his life back there while these monsters sit there and let this baby suffocate, if that is really the reason why he passed away, which I think there's a lot more to this story than what they're saying. I really do. And I pray to God in Jesus' name that these monsters come forward and tell them where that baby's body is and that there is some justice for this baby. I think all four of them needs to go to jail. I really do. And I think they need to search that river again. I really do. It's so sad, y'all. We need justice for this baby. Heat exhaustion, suffocation at the minimum. Yeah. We don't know the rest yet. I believe there was much more. Me too. Before he was put in that duffel bag, I think there was things that happened to that baby. Like she mentioned, $10,000 to sell that baby. They sold that baby. They took that baby that night and sold him into a trafficking ring. And I think they went back, and when they went back to get him the next day, he was deceased. If Stacy and Brandon and Adrian didn't have their way with him. Sadly, we don't know. He was, oh my God, Could you imagine, Brandy? That's like a nightmare that nobody wants to live. Like, that's like the worst thing that ever could happen to a parent, in my opinion. Losing a child, in a tragic accident or something is horrific, but having something like this happen and you not knowing what happened to your baby and then finding out all this stuff that these monsters treated him like he was a piece of meat and no more than that. Like, I don't know anymore, y'all. I don't, I know we're supposed to have mercy, but I don't know. These people need to rot in hell, in my opinion. Right, right. I would go insane too, Diamonds. I would go insane too. Poor little monkey. Yeah. I just, I don't even know. Christine's with him now. You know, she knows probably what happened to him. He probably don't remember though. He's probably in heaven right now with God and angels waiting on his family to come home. He's not hurting anymore, y'all. What they did to him was only for a little while. Daisy, where did Sarah Wondra say they stuck in the mud at? I don't remember her saying they got stuck in the mud. I'm not sure. I show no mercy to any of them. They don't even have balls to stop being selfish when they know their time to admit the truth is here and they can't even do it. And you know what? I hope they use in court the day that Brandy got up on panel and begged that son of a bitch to tell her where her son was. And that son of a bitch popped out and went off panel instead of answering this mom. That son of a bitch. It just pisses me the hell off. Totally. Totally. Oh. Y'all, with that being said, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this live tonight, y'all. Uh, thank you so much to White Widow Baby for sending me that information. He lied to her face too. Yes, he did. He did. He absolutely did. Y'all, I wanted to come live tonight and talk about this because I really believe there's way more to this case than what they're saying. I believe we're going to find out, just like we did with Harmony Montgomery's case, that more horrific stuff is going to come out. If that was my kid, they would have never made it in the justice system, period. I know I couldn't imagine Brandy being like, Brandy had to stay at her house when they were digging that backyard up. She was not allowed to go over there in that area at all. That would have been so hard for me. That would have been so hard for me. Brandy has begged them so desperately and the fact that he could have sit there and played stupid and say, I wish I could give you your baby back. Shut the F up. Exactly. Exactly. That is a narcissist, demonic entity. It absolutely is. Thank you for coming live and reading this, though. I'm glad to see you back in the true crime. It fits you well, ma'am. Thank you, White Widow Baby. I feel at home with that. I really do. I'm still going to go down this conspiracy stuff, y'all. Hey, is it true, before I leave, is it true that Trump's going to give us $2,000 checks? Yay or nay? Because I keep seeing something on there about $2,000 checks. I'm just curious. That would be great. Love you too, Miss Kim. Love you too, honey. But anyway, y'all, I guess I'm going to get off here. It's 12 o'clock midnight, and this case really does take a toll on you. But it breaks my heart every time I see Brandy. It breaks my heart. Love you, Miss D. Love you, chat mods. Good night, sweet dreams. Good night. We'll see, Rita says. Yes, for every low income person in the household, it's being talked about. Whoa, Lord, let's pray for that, y'all, because we need it right now. It's Christmas time, and I'm a bah humbug right now. That would definitely help. But we got to keep our fingers crossed because we never know. We never know what's going to happen. I think it's under 100,000. Ooh, that'll be good because I don't make that much. Y'all. Maybe back in the day, but not now. So that would be great. It won't be this year though. Oh no, shit. Well, hey, it's better than nothing. Good night, Daisy Farm family. Love you in prayers. Daughter said Trump's talking about it, but won't be right away. So it'll probably be next year. Well, whenever it comes, y'all. If I hear anything else about this case, y'all, love you too, Rita. If I hear anything else about this case, I will go live and we'll talk about it. But until we get more information, unfortunately, we don't know the rest. But I do believe there is more going on in this, and we're going to find out a lot more sad, devastating news in this case. But I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay safe out here on the YouTube streets. They're gangster. I love y'all. Hit that subscribe, like and subscribe. And also, y'all, make sure you watch my videos because I got a lot of good videos. My cow videos. I got a lot of good cow videos. So I love y'all. Y'all stay prayed up. God bless and good night. Bye.
Daisy, you're the shining star out in the field so far, mooing sweet melodies under the bright blue sky. Your spots are like the stars in the night so high. Daisy, you're the best cow, oh my, oh my. Daisy, oh Daisy, you're the queen of the herd. Your gentle moo is all I've ever heard. With your big kind eyes and your gentle moo, Daisy, you're the best cow, yes, it's true.
Running through